From the shotgun, it's Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Well, earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. On the run, this is Gray. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ready, blue whitey.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he's got room. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. This is Bell on the dump off. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. And that'll make it a 2nd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, Gurley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it. Working out of the gun, Winston. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, or they want to let their return guy touch it.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Watson. And Callaway taking it in left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Watson on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. What? Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They go play action here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught at the 20. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. First throw now for the backup Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First possession of the 3rd quarter, and interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, there have been stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. Throwing, Winston. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Now Trubisky. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Ready? Blue ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, Winston. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Eric Kendricks in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here's Ryan Allen now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Gray. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's Trubisky. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I would dare say that these guys will have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. With it is Brown. Nice move at the 40. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A first down throw for Winston. Flushed out right. Going top shelf. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st and 10, Winston. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not much space for receivers to run through.
And he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Todd Gurley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Now it's Trubisky. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. A gain of 39 that time.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Trying to lay one up deep. He's got it at the 15. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big-time play there for the Texans. And even 40 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
You see it?
On third and goal, Trubisky. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. A big seam, and he might go all the way. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5, and he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Trubisky to throw, and he's got more time. Complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Now it's Trubisky finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down. Now Trubisky to throw. Going for the deep ball. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Trubisky to throw again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Trubisky will throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ryan Shazier able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Dylan Cole. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on...
And that's caught inside the 35.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Throwing here, Trubisky. And his throw is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. The Texans on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
180.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Eric Kendricks in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down, and a pressure gets to him again. Ryan Shazier in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Following the interception, Winston. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Gurley. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They go play action here on 1st down. They'll buy some time right. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They'll run it with Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now Gurley. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, Trubisky eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. 3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. And this will be caught at the 30.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
1st down, Winston. Over the middle here to Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Jameis now on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Ready. Black, what is that? Check, go get him, go get him. Where's that up? Where's that?
They're looking to throw this. Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 48, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Now a second down throw for Winston. Runs through the contact. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Fourth down, Winston. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Winston here to throw. Flushed out right. Going deep for Eifert. He's got it with the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 45 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd down, Winston.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense,
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly. They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. He was looking there for Bruce Ellington. And it's 3rd down. One last shot for Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Houston, good night, everybody.